The ballroom was packed with hundreds of people. Cameras flashed, the hum of anticipation thickened the air, and Senator J.D. Vance was minutes away from delivering a speech that had been prepared, revised, and rehearsed countless times. It was supposed to be a typical event: politics, applause, and soundbites for the evening news. But what happened that night would change everything, and none of it was in the script. As J.D. Vance scanned the crowd before stepping onto the stage, something caught his eye. Near the back, standing rigid yet trembling, was a man in uniform. His shoulders bore the weight of his service, and his eyes were red with tears. The man was trying to stay composed, but his grief was too heavy to hide. It was the kind of heartbreak that no speechwriter could ever anticipate. J.D. paused. For a moment, he forgot about the cameras, the reporters, and even the speech clutched in his hand. Instead, he walked straight off the stage and into the crowd. The room fell into silence. All eyes followed him as he approached the soldier. "Sir," J.D. said softly, placing a hand on the man's shoulder. "Are you all right?" The soldier tried to answer, but his voice cracked. Finally, he whispered, "I buried my brother last week. He didn't make it home. I thought coming here might help me, but I can't stop thinking about him." His words broke the room and half politics evaporated, and humanity took over. J.D. felt the weight of the confession. He could have nodded, offered condolences, and returned to the podium. But something inside him shifted. He motioned for the man to join him on stage. At first, the soldier shook his head, embarrassed by his tears. But J.D. insisted, guiding him up with steady hands. Once they stood under the blinding stage lights, J.D. set his prepared notes aside. He looked out at the audience and said, "Friends, tonight isn't about speeches. It's about this man. About his brother, and about every sacrifice we too often take for granted." The room grew so still you could hear a pin drop. The soldier, still trembling, whispered his brother's name. J.D. repeated it into the microphone, making sure the world would hear it. Then he added, "This is what service looks like. This is what love of country looks like. It's not headlines, it's not politics, it's flesh and blood, tears and courage." The soldier began to cry openly, but this time he wasn't alone. The crowd, hardened by years of political theater, softened. People wiped their eyes, clasped hands, and some stood in silent respect. The cameras that came for soundbites were now capturing something far more powerful: raw humanity. J.D. turned to the soldier again. "Your brother's story deserves more than silence. It deserves to be told." He then invited the man to share a memory. At first hesitant, the soldier spoke about his brother's humor, his stubbornness, and the way he always carried others' burdens before his own. It wasn't a political speech, it was a testimony of love and loss.